In the last episode, my companions and I had just emerged victorious in our efforts to reform Lyrian's government, and I was basking in the admiration of those we'd helped. But as I savored the warmth of their gratitude, a cryptic message arrived from our enigmatic ally, one that would set me on a perilous odyssey. The words danced in my mind like specters. Meet Elara in the Forsaken City. She holds the key to unlocking the Aethereian archive. ID heard whispers of Elara, a mysterious cartographer rumored to possess arcane maps that could guide us to the fabled archive. My heart quickened at the prospect of unearthing secrets long buried. I gathered my closest friends Jax, Lyra, and Arin, and we set out for the Forsaken City, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. As we entered the city's crumbling gates, an unsettling silence enveloped us. The once thriving metropolis now stood as a testament to Aethereia's forgotten past, decaying spires and grand structures reclaimed by the relentless march of nature. Shadows cast long fingers across the deserted streets, making it seem as though the city itself was watching our every move. We navigated through the rubble-strewn streets, avoiding hidden pitfalls and crumbling facades. Our quest for Elara led us to a dilapidated tavern on the outskirts of town. The sign above the entrance creaked in the gentle breeze, reading the wanderer's rest in faded letters. I pushed open the creaky door and a faint glow spilled out, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. Inside, the air reeked of smoke and stale ale. A hooded figure sat at the bar, sipping a mug of murky liquid. Elara. Her eyes flicked up, meeting mine with a calculating gaze. She beckoned us closer. Her voice was low and husky as she began to speak. The maps you seek come at a price, one that I'm not sure you're willing to pay. Her words hung in the air like a challenge. I steeled myself, my heart pounding with anticipation. What do you want in return? I asked. Elara's smile was a thin-lipped thing. I want proof that you're worthy of wielding such knowledge. And with that she slid a small, intricately carved box across the table. Open it and we'll see. The box was exquisitely crafted, adorned with symbols I didn't recognize. A shiver ran down my spine as I lifted the lid. Inside, a faint hum emanated from a glowing crystal nestled in a bed of black velvet. The crystal pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Elara's eyes gleamed with a mixture of curiosity and expectation. Now, let's see what you're made of. The air seemed to vibrate with tension. I glanced at my friends and we shared a resolute nod. It was time to prove ourselves. With a deep breath, I reached out and touched the crystal. The world around me dissolved into chaos. Visions exploded in my mind, ancient Aethereian ruins, powerful entities, and forbidden knowledge. The experience was both exhilarating and terrifying. When I opened my eyes, Elara was smiling. You're worthy, Alex. She slid a map across the table, its surface etched with arcane symbols. This will lead you to the Aethereian archive. But be warned, you're not the only one searching for it. Rival treasure hunters and ruthless entities will stop at nothing to claim its secrets. The stakes had just escalated. I felt a surge of determination. We accepted the challenge. With Elara's map in hand, we set out into the unknown. Dr. Orion, a brilliant and reclusive scientist, awaited us outside. His radical theories on Aethereia's forgotten past could prove invaluable. Together, we ventured into the heart of Aethereia, navigating treacherous landscapes and hidden strongholds. The journey had just begun, and I could feel the weight of destiny settling upon us. Little did I know our legend was about to grow, inspiring others to join our cause. The road ahead would be fraught with danger, but I was ready. For the first time in my life, I felt truly alive. And as we walked into the fading light, I knew that nothing would ever be the same again. The city gave way to an endless expanse of ruins. The Aethereian archive loomed before us, a beacon calling to those brave enough to seek its secrets. We stepped forward into the unknown. The darkness closed in around us. The real journey was only just beginning previously. Alex received a cryptic message from an enigmatic ally, leading him and his friends to the Forsaken City in search of the mysterious cartographer, Elara, who possessed arcane maps that could guide them to the fabled Aethereian archive. Alex touched a glowing crystal, and Elara deemed him worthy, warning them of rival treasure hunters and ruthless entities that would stop at nothing to claim its secrets. As we stepped into the unknown, the darkness closed in around us, and the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy. I could feel the weight of destiny settling upon us, and my heart raced with anticipation. Suddenly, the ground trembled beneath our feet, and a blindingly bright light enveloped us, threatening to consume everything in its path previously. Alex received a cryptic message from an enigmatic ally, leading him and his friends to the Forsaken City in search of the mysterious cartographer, Elara, who possessed arcane maps that could guide them to the fabled Aethereian archive. Elara deemed Alex worthy, warning them of rival treasure hunters and ruthless entities that would stop at nothing to claim its secrets. As the blinding light dissipated, we found ourselves standing at the edge of a majestic, ancient Aethereian city, hidden deep within the heart of a long-dormant volcano. The once majestic structures now lay in ruins, overgrown with vines and moss, while the air resonated with an eerie silence. In the distance, the faint humming of energy pulsed through the ruins, drawing us closer to the secrets we sought. We followed the humming, our senses on high alert, and soon stumbled upon an entrance hidden behind a crumbling facade. A set of ancient, intricately carved doors slowly creaked open, revealing a dimly lit chamber filled with rows of ancient pedestals, each supporting a glowing crystal orb. Dr. Orion, ever the scientist, rushed forward to examine the orbs, whispering excitedly about the implications of these ancient relics. As we proceeded deeper into the heart, the chamber, the hum grew louder, and the air began to vibrate with an intense, electric energy. Suddenly, the orbs began to react, their lights intensifying and swirling around us in a mesmerizing dance. We stood frozen, unsure what to expect, when a low, rumbling voice echoed through the chamber, speaking in an ancient language we couldn't understand. The words themselves seemed to shape the air around us, conjuring visions of ancient Aethereians harnessing the power of the universe. Dr. Orion's eyes sparkled with recognition as he whispered a single word, Eldred. The voice fell silent and the orbs dimmed as if waiting for our response. Alex, sensing the weight of the moment, took a deep breath and stepped forward, his voice echoing through the chamber. "We come seeking the secrets of the Aethereian archive. Will you guide us?" The orbs pulsed once more and the hum ceased. The silence hung heavy until the voice spoke once more, its tone now filled with a hint of curiosity. "You have passed the first trial. Follow the path of the Ancient Ones and the archive shall reveal itself." With the voice's words, the chamber began to transform, the walls disappearing to reveal a hidden path that snaked its way through the ruins. We shared a determined glance, knowing that the journey ahead would be the beginning of the greatest challenge of our lives. The stakes had just escalated, and we were ready to face whatever lay in store previously. Alex and his companions ventured into the Forsaken City, seeking the mysterious cartographer Elara, who led them to an ancient Aethereian city hidden within a dormant volcano. There, they discovered a chamber filled with glowing crystal orbs, which presented them with a cryptic trial, testing their resolve and determination. As we traversed the winding path, the air thickened with an electric charge, and the ruins transformed around us. Ancient structures rose from the ground, their intricate carvings telling the story of Aetherea's forgotten past. The path eventually led us to a vast, underground lake, its waters rippling with an otherworldly energy. A gleaming, silver vessel, adorned with Aethereian runes, awaited us on the lake's surface. Without a word, we knew this was our next step. As we boarded the ship, a figure emerged from the shadows, her piercing emerald eyes fixed on Alex. She introduced herself as Lyra, a skilled warrior who had been tracking the Aethereian archive for years. Her presence was a mix of both caution and curiosity, as if weighing our determination against the impending dangers. With Lyra on board, we set sail across the lake, the vessel gliding effortlessly across the water. The air grew thick with anticipation as we approached a hidden entrance, guarded by an imposing stone statue of an Aethereian entity. The statue's eyes, blazing with an intense, ethereal energy, fixed on Alex as if sensing the presence of the Chosen One. As we docked, Lyra handed Alex an ancient scroll adorned with cryptic symbols. "This is the map of the ancients," she explained. "It will guide us through the trials ahead, but you must be prepared to face the darkness within yourself." Alex's eyes locked onto the scroll, a mix of trepidation and resolve etched on his face. Dr. Orion, ever the scientist, began to study the scroll, deciphering the symbols and unlocking the secrets of the ancient map. The silence was broken by the statue's thunderous voice, echoing across the lake. "You have reached the threshold of the trials. Will you proceed, or will you succumb to the darkness that lies within?" Alex's determination hardened, his voice echoing across the lake. "We will proceed. We will face whatever trials lie ahead and claim the secrets of the Aethereian archive." With his words, the statue's eyes blazed brighter, and the air resonated with an ominous energy. The vessel began to move, gliding towards the hidden entrance as we ventured into the unknown, ready to confront the darkness within ourselves and the trials that lay ahead. Previously, Alex and his companions had discovered the ancient Aethereian crystal orbs, which led them to a hidden chamber containing a silver vessel. They boarded the vessel, met Lyra, a skilled warrior, and set sail across an underground lake, guided by the map of the ancients. As the vessel glided towards the hidden entrance, the air was electric with anticipation. The statue's eyes blazed brighter, and the air resonated with an ominous energy. Alex's determination hardened, and his voice echoed across the lake. "We will proceed. We will face whatever trials lie ahead and claim the secrets of the Aethereian archive." With his words, the vessel began to move, gliding towards the hidden entrance. The ship was suddenly shrouded in darkness so thick it was palpable. The silence was oppressive, as if the very darkness itself was watching us. I could feel Lyra's hand on the hilt of her sword, ready to defend us at a moment's notice. Dr. Orion's eyes darted between the ancient map and the darkness, trying to decipher the secrets of the trials ahead. Suddenly, the darkness began to take shape, manifesting into twisted, humanoid figures that seemed to be crafted from the very shadows themselves. Their eyes glowed with an unholy energy, as if they were the embodiment of the darkness within us. The air was heavy with the stench of corrupted power. Alex stood tall, his eyes locked on the figures as he held the map of the ancients in his hand. "We will not back down," he declared, his voice echoing across the darkness. "We will face our inner demons and claim the secrets of the Aethereian archive." With his words, the twisted figures took a step closer, their eyes blazing with an unholy energy. Lyra drew her sword, ready to defend us, as Dr. Orion began to study the ancient map, trying to decipher the weaknesses of the twisted figures. I could feel the power of the Aethereian crystal orbs coursing through me, preparing me for the trials ahead. The darkness closed in, the twisted figures surrounding us. Alex's determination hardened as he gazed into the abyss, ready to face the darkness within himself. The silence was broken by the sound of Lyra's sword clashing with the twisted figures, as we ventured deeper into the heart of darkness, ready to confront our inner demons and claim the secrets of the Aethereian archive. Previously, Alex and his companions had bravely ventured into the heart of darkness, facing twisted figures born from the shadows themselves. With Lyra's sword clashing against the unholy entities, Alex stood tall, ready to confront his inner demons and claim the secrets of the Aethereian archive. As the battle raged on, the darkness seemed to thicken, the air growing heavier with the stench of corrupted power. The map of the ancients glowed brighter, guiding Lyra's sword strikes, while Dr. Orion analyzed the ancient text, searching for a weakness in the twisted figures. I could feel Alex's determination resonating within me, his resolve unshaken as he faced the abyss. Suddenly, A blinding flash of light illuminated the dark chamber, and the air was filled with an ear-piercing shriek. The twisted figures disintegrated into nothingness, leaving behind an eerie silence. The vessel halted, its engines sputtering as the darkness receded, revealing a hidden chamber deep within the Aethereian archive. As we caught our breath, a figure emerged from the shadows. It was Elara, her arcane maps clutched tightly in her hand, her eyes gleaming with a knowing intensity. "You have passed the first trial," she declared, her voice low and mysterious. "But the true challenges have only just begun. Are you prepared to face the depths of the archive, where the very fabric of Aethereia's past lies hidden?" Alex's eyes locked onto Elara's determination, burning brighter than ever. "We will face whatever lies ahead," he declared, his voice echoing across the chamber. "We will unearth the secrets of the archive and claim the power to shape Aethereia's destiny." With Elara's enigmatic smile, the chamber began to shift, the walls sliding open to reveal a labyrinthine library, shelves upon shelves of ancient texts and forbidden knowledge. Lyra's eyes widened, Dr. Orion's eyes gleaming with excitement, as Alex took his first step into the heart of the Aethereian archive, ready to unravel the mysteries of Aethereia's forgotten past. Previously, Alex and his companions had braved the twisted darkness and claimed the first trial, unlocking the hidden chamber deep within the Aethereian archive. With Elara's enigmatic smile, the labyrinthine library had revealed itself, promising to surrender the mysteries of Aethereia's forgotten past. As Alex stepped into the heart of the archive, the air was alive with whispers of ancient knowledge. The shelves stretched on forever, each one overflowing with forbidden texts and cryptic scrolls. Dr. Orion's eyes darted back and forth, his fingers twitching with excitement as he reached for a dusty tome titled The Chronicles of Eldrador. The cover creaked open, revealing yellowed pages filled with intricate drawings of the lost city. Suddenly, the whispers in the air grew louder, the words becoming clearer. "Beware the guardians of the library," the voices whispered, "for they will not hesitate to defend the archive against those who would misuse its power." Lyra's hand instinctively went to the hilt of her sword, her eyes scanning the shelves for any sign of danger. Elara's eyes gleamed with a knowing intensity. "You have entered the realm of the Ancient Ones," she declared. "Here, the boundaries between reality and myth blur. You must be prepared to face the manifestations of Aethereia's collective subconscious." As she spoke, the air began to distort, ripples of energy emanating from the shelves. The whispers grew louder, the words becoming a cacophony of warnings and cryptic messages. Alex felt the weight of the archive's power calling to him, tempting him to unlock its secrets. But he knew that power came with a terrible cost, one that could consume him utterly. "What lies at the heart of the archive?" he whispered, his voice barely audible over the din of the whispers. Elara's smile grew wider, her eyes glinting with a secret knowledge. "The heart of Aethereia, the source of all power. But to reach it, you must first unlock the gates of the forgotten city of Eldrador, hidden deep within the labyrinthine shelves." With her words, the whispers ceased, the air settling into an expectant hush. The companions exchanged a look, their determination to unlock the secrets of the archive burning brighter than ever. They knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger, that the guardians of the library would stop at nothing to defend the archive. But Alex stood tall, his resolve unshaken. "We will unlock the gates of Eldrador," he declared, his voice echoing across the chamber. "We will claim the heart of Aethereia and forge a brighter future for our generation." With Elara's nod, the labyrinthine shelves began to shift, revealing a hidden passage that led deep into the heart of the archive. The companions steeled themselves for the trials ahead, their bond and determination forged in the crucible of adversity. They knew that the stakes would escalate, that the darkness would not hesitate to strike back. But they also knew that they had each other and that together they would overcome even the most daunting challenges. They had faced the darkness and emerged triumphant. They would face whatever lay ahead and emerge victorious once more. Previously, Alex and his companions into the heart of the Aethereian archive, unlocking the labyrinthine library and discovering the whispers of ancient knowledge and warnings of the guardians of the library. As they delved deeper, they learned that they must first unlock the gates of the forgotten city of Eldrador, hidden deep within the shelves, to reach the heart of Aetherea. As they stepped into the hidden passage, the air grew thick with an otherworldly energy, the walls seeming to vibrate with an ancient power. The passage twisted and turned, Elara leading the way through the winding tunnels. Lyra's hand remained on the hilt of her sword, her eyes scanning the shadows for any sign of danger. Suddenly, the walls began to shift, the stone blocks sliding away to reveal a vast underground chamber. The ceiling disappeared into darkness, and the air was alive with a pulsating, ethereal glow. At the center of the chamber stood an ancient crystal spire, pulsing with a soft blue light. The heart of Aetherea, Alex realized, his heart pounding in his chest. But they were not alone. From the shadows emerged a figure, its features twisted and distorted as if it were a reflection of the darkness that had once consumed Aetherea. Its eyes burned with an unnatural intensity, and its presence seemed to draw the very air out of the room. "You shall not pass," it declared, its voice like a crack of thunder. "The heart of Aetherea, you shall not claim its power." Alex stood tall, his determination burning brighter than ever. "We will not be deterred," he declared, his voice echoing off the walls of the chamber. "We will claim the heart of Aetherea and forge a brighter future for our generation." The figure began to laugh, its voice like a scream of the damned. "You are but mere mortals," it spat. "You know not the power of the heart. You know not the cost of its power." As it spoke, the chamber began to darken, the air growing thick with an unnatural, palpable fear. Alex felt his heart pounding in his chest, his breath coming in short gasps. But he refused to back down. He knew that he had to push forward no matter the cost. "We will face whatever lies ahead," he declared, his voice firm. "We will claim the heart of Aetherea and forge a brighter future for our generation." With his words, the chamber seemed to grow darker, the shadows deepening and twisting around them. But Alex stood tall, his determination burning brighter than ever. He knew that he had to push forward no matter the cost. He knew that he had to claim the heart of Aetherea and forge a brighter future for his generation. The figure began to laugh again, its voice like a scream of the damned. But Alex knew that he was not alone. He had his friends by his side, and together, they would overcome even the most daunting challenges. They would face whatever lay ahead and emerge victorious once more. Previously, Alex and his companions ventured into the heart of the Aethereian archive, unlocking the labyrinthine library and discovering ancient knowledge and warnings of the guardians of the library. As they delved deeper, they learned they must first unlock the gates of Eldrador to reach the heart of Aetherea. As the figure's maniacal laughter echoed through the chamber, Alex felt the air thicken with anticipation. Lyra's hand tightened around the hilt of her sword, her gaze darting between the twisted figure and the pulsing heart of Aetherea's center. Elara's eyes locked onto the ancient spire, her hands weaving intricate patterns in the air as if summoning a counter to the dark entity's power. Behind them, Dr. Orion's eyes gleamed with a mix of fascination and trepidation as he took in the unearthly scene. The figure took a step closer, its presence drawing the air out of the room. Alex felt his friend's resolve waver, but he stood firm, his heart pounding in his chest. "We will face whatever lies ahead," he declared, his voice echoing off the walls of the chamber. "We will claim the heart of Aetherea and forge a brighter future for our generation." With his words, the chamber seemed to grow darker, the shadows deepening and twisting around them. But Alex stood tall, his determination burning brighter than ever. Suddenly, the air around them began to swirl, as if an unseen force was responding to his declaration. The twisted figure halted, its eyes narrowing as if sensing the shift in the balance of power. Elara's hand stopped weaving patterns, and Lyra's grip on her sword relaxed ever so slightly. Dr. Orion's eyes sparkled with curiosity as he took a cautious step forward, his eyes locked onto the swirling air. "What's happening?" Lyra asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "I'm not sure," Alex admitted, his eyes never leaving the heart of Aethereian, "but I think we're being offered a way forward." With that, the air around them coalesced into a shimmering portal. The twisted figure took a step back, its eyes glowing with an unnatural fury. Alex felt a surge of determination and hope. He knew that this was their chance to claim the heart of Aethereian and forge a brighter future they had been fighting for. With a deep breath, he reached out and grasped the shimmering portal, pulling himself forward into the unknown. "Let's go," he called out to his friends, his eyes locked onto the shimmering portal. "We have a heart to claim." Together they stepped into the portal, the chamber disappearing behind them as they embarked on the next stage of their journey. The air around them seemed to vibrate with anticipation, the stakes higher than ever before. But Alex knew that he was not alone. He had his friends by his side, and together they would overcome even the most daunting challenges. They would face whatever lay ahead and emerge victorious once more. Previously, Alex and his companions unlocked the labyrinthine library, discovering ancient knowledge and warnings of the guardians of the library, and learned they must first unlock the gates of Eldrador to reach the heart of Aethereian. As they emerged from the portal, the air was electric with anticipation, the stakes higher than ever before. They found themselves standing at the edge of a vast, gleaming city, its towering spires and glittering crystal formations piercing the sky like shards of light. The city hummed with a gentle, pulsing power, and Alex felt an instant sense of wonder and awe wash over him. "Where are we?" Lyra breathed, her eyes wide with marvel. "This is the heart of Aethereian," Dr. Orion whispered, his eyes shining like stars. "The very center of the planet's ancient power." Alex's gaze was transfixed on the central spire, where a great crystal throne sat, radiant with an otherworldly glow. He felt an inexplicable connection to the throne, as if it held the key to unlocking his own destiny. "We did it," Elara whispered, her eyes shining with tears. "We finally reached the heart." But as they took their first steps into the city, a warning echoed through the air, a voice like thunder that shook the very foundations of the city. "You should not have come here," the voice boomed. "You will not leave." A figure emerged from the shadows, its presence like a dark eclipse. It was the guardian of the heart, a powerful entity tasked with protecting the secrets of the ancient Aethereians. "We mean no harm," Alex called out, his voice steady and strong. "We come to claim the secrets of the heart, to use them to bring peace and prosperity to our people." The guardian regarded them for a long, silent moment before speaking. "You have proven your courage and determination. But to claim the secrets of the heart, you must first prove your worthiness." With that, the guardian vanished, leaving them to ponder the challenge ahead. Alex knew that this would be their greatest test yet, but he was ready. He was ready to prove their worthiness, to claim the secrets of the heart and forge a brighter tomorrow for their people. "Let's do this," Lyra said, her voice steady with determination. "We're with you, Alex," Elara said, her eyes shining with tears. Dr. Orion nodded, his eyes aglow with curiosity. "I'm ready to see what wonders the heart holds." Together, they stepped forward, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, ready to prove their worthiness, to claim the secrets of the heart of Aethereian. Previously, Alex and his companions reached the heart of Aethereian, only to be met by the powerful guardian who challenged them to prove their worthiness, to claim the secrets of the heart. As they stood resolute, the guardian reappeared, its presence like a dark eclipse. "The trial of the elements will test your courage, wisdom, and unity," it declared, its voice like thunder. "You will be divided and must find a way to overcome the elemental forces that seek to destroy you." With a wave of its hand, the guardian vanished and the city began to darken. The air grew thick with an ominous energy, and the ground began to shudder. Suddenly, the city split into 4 separate spheres, each representing the elements of nature: earth, air, water, and fire. Lyra was swept away to the earth realm, Dr. Orion to the air realm, Elara to the water realm, and Alex to the fire realm. As they found themselves alone, each faced their own unique trials. Lyra confronted a massive earthquake that threatened to bury her under the rubble of the ancient city. Dr. Orion faced a maelstrom of swirling winds that buffeted him about the air realm, making it impossible to find solid ground. Elara swam through treacherous underwater caverns, pursued by giant sea creatures that sought to drag her down to the depths. Alex stood at the edge of a raging inferno, as flames that seemed to have a life of their own threatened to consume him. Yet, even as they faced their individual trials, they knew they had to find a way to reunite and work together to overcome the elemental forces that sought to destroy them. And so, they called out to one another, their voices echoing across the realms, as they struggled to find a path back to each other. Lyra, here, stuck in the fire realm. Alex shouted, his voice hoarse from the flames. In the air realm, Dr. Orion's voice replied, his words barely audible above the howling winds. Try to find a way to reach you. In the water realm, Elara's voice called out, her words trembling with fear. Swim as fast as I can to find you. In the earth realm. Lyra's voice echoed back, her words shaking with determination. Find a way to tunnel to the surface. As they called out to one another, they knew they had to trust in each other, to have faith that they would find a way to overcome the elemental forces and reunite. And so, with renewed determination, they plunged forward, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, ready to prove their worthiness to claim the secrets of the heart of Aetherea previously. Alex and his friends faced the trial of the elements, separated into 4 realms, each representing earth, air, water, and fire. They were forced to overcome their own unique trials, but they knew they had to find a way to reunite and work together to overcome the elemental forces that sought to destroy them. As they called out to one another, they plunged forward, determined to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Lyra, determined to escape the earth realm, used her warrior skills to find a way to tunnel to the surface. Dr. Orion, buffeted by the raging winds, used his scientific expertise to create a makeshift glider that allowed him to soar above the air realm. Elara, pursued by giant sea creatures, used her knowledge of the water realm to navigate the underwater caverns and find a hidden exit. Alex, standing at the edge of the raging inferno, used his courage and quick thinking to outsmart the flames, creating a makeshift shield to protect himself. As they each overcame their individual trials, they began to sense that they were getting closer to each other. Lyra, Dr. Orion, Elara, and Alex started to feel an energy building between them, a connection that they knew would allow them to reunite. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, they saw each other in the distance, their figures silhouetted against the backdrop of the elemental realms. The air, water, earth, and fire energies swirled around them, but they stood strong, united in their determination to overcome the trials. As they stood before each other, the Guardian reappeared. Its presence was like a dark eclipse. "You have passed the trial of the elements," it declared, its voice like thunder. "You have shown courage, wisdom, and unity. You are now worthy to claim the secrets of the heart of Aetherea." With a wave of its hand, the Guardian vanished and the city began to brighten. The air grew clear and the ground stopped shuddering. The city was once again whole and the elemental realms disappeared. As they stood victorious, Alex and his friends approached the heart of Aetherea, now shining brighter than ever before. They reached out, and as they touched, the heart began to glow even brighter. Suddenly, the secrets of the Aethereian archive were revealed to them, containing the knowledge of Lyra's biotechnology secrets. With the secrets revealed, Alex and his friends knew they had the power to change the course of Aetherea's history. They knew they could use this knowledge to bring peace and prosperity to their world. As they stood victorious, Alex looked at his companions, and he knew that he had grown into a true leader, guiding his friends through the most difficult challenges. The journey was not over yet, as they knew they had to return to Lyrian's government and share the secrets with the world. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that their bond and determination forged in adversity would inspire a new generation of Aethereians to strive for a world where courage, hope, and unity had overcome the darkness of their past. Epilogue. Years later, Alex stood on the steps of the newly rebuilt Eldrador, looking out upon the thriving metropolis. Lyra, now a renowned scientist, stood beside him, her eyes shining with a newfound sense of purpose. Dr. Orion, now a revered elder, smiled as he watched the new generation of Aethereians playing in the streets, their laughter carrying on the wind. Elara, now a legendary cartographer, stood at the edge of the city, her eyes fixed on the horizon, charting new courses for the future. As Alex looked out upon the city, he knew that their legend had grown and that their names would be etched in history as heroes who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. And as he looked up at the stars, he knew that the journey was far from over, and that a new horizon of possibilities stretched out before them, waiting to be explored.